it way too hard to think that this could be what you love.
Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's your girl Anaya, but you can call me Nye, hence my YouTube name. So if you here and you rocking with me right now, I really mess with you. You really my peoples, bro. You really gang. I really F with y'all. And I've been procrastinating. My teeth gonna be out the whole video because I just been like so excited about putting myself out there a little bit. Just, letting y'all know about what's going on, the ins and outs of motherhood, what it's like. So if you clicked on this video by now, then you probably seen the title, Why Me and My Baby Dad Broke Up. But I mean, I can't really give y'all like all the tea right now, right off the rip. Like, it's the first video. I can't really get into all of that. But niggas not shit. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. That's not what this video about to be about. All right, y'all. So, a little bit about me. What can I tell y'all real quick? So I'm a mother of one. My son's going to be 2 next month, April 7th. It's his birthday. I've been a mommy on it for almost 2 years now. It's been feeling like an emotional roller coaster. Honestly, like it has its highs, it has its lows. Like motherhood is really no joke for real. Like, but my son, he is in his terrific twos, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, I just feel blessed because a lot of people, they can't have kids. Some people haven't had the opportunity to feel unconditional love, and I wish that for everybody. Honestly, like being a mother is so much more than just, being a mom is just it's different, man. Like when you have a son, especially as a boy mom, boys love their moms down, okay? So I just being able to experience that unconditional love. I'm just so grateful and I'm just thankful. So I actually wrote it down on my iPad. So if you see me looking down, that's what I'm looking at. I'm looking at my iPad. All right, so I always see people talking about this on social media, like, why don't relationships last after the baby? Can we get into it today? Like, let's get into it right now. So I feel like, first of all, let's start with the fact that we're young. Like, I feel like you can't expect somebody to be perfect at this age. Like, I feel like we still grown. We still got a lot of maturing to do, especially guys. Guys like mature slower than what we do. So I feel like a lot of relationships are not built on a strong foundation. Like, I can speak from my situation personally. Me and my son's dad didn't know each other for a very long time before we decided to have our son and stuff like that. It wasn't planned, but, it wasn't really, it could have been more protecting than it was. But, like, honestly, I feel like it's so important to have a foundation built with your partner before you decide to sit down and have a child with them. Like, when I say that, I mean, like, you can't think you know somebody off of, you really got to go through some shit with people to really feel like you know them, for real, if that makes sense. Like, so they always say that you don't really know somebody until they drunk or until they mad. Oh, and broke too. That's the 3 things you really don't know somebody until. Like, people really show true colors, and like, not to like kick nobody back and nothing like that, because I just feel like how it's so hard to word, but it's just like you could really feel like you in love with somebody. You ever heard of the honeymoon stage before? Like when you dating somebody and everything just peaches and creams in the beginning and everything just feels so right and y'all looking at each other, y'all feel me? The love is just there. Like that's bae, that's bookie, that's babe, that's what I'm trying to say. Like it's all like I honestly feel like people would rather have a kid with somebody before they marry them. Not even before, but think about it. When you have a kid with somebody, that's forever. You know what I'm trying to say? That person needs to be in your life for the rest of your life. Not just until they turn 18. Not just until they turn 21. They gonna get married. They gonna have kids. Y'all need to be around. When you get married to somebody, if shit don't work out, you can get a divorce at any point in time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, not to say you get married to have a divorce, but that's real life. Like, I feel like people would just be more so ready to have a kid with somebody than they are to get married. And it's just like, why is that? Like, why are we like that? Another thing I feel like is you need to find a person that has a like-minded mindset as you. Y'all want to parent the same way. I also feel like this is a big thing I hear. Like, I always see people on the internet, like, do y'all care if a person's family like y'all or not? I feel like that's major. Like, you don't think about it, but if you're having a kid with somebody, them family members going to have to be at the birthday parties, the baby shower, the gender reveal, whatever other event you're doing, you're going to have to look at those people. So I feel like it's important to make sure that you not only pick your child's father for just, y'all relationship, but also more than that, because when you marry into a family, when you have a kid into a family, that's your kid family as well. You still have to deal with them to a certain extent. So my advice really is just to read in between the lines. Like, don't just take what people say for who they are. People will show you how they feel about you and show you who they are before they'll tell you. And this is not to kick nobody back in. It's just really just as real life. This is stuff that I learned and picked up. People will not always tell. You have to pay attention. You got to look into the signs. And sometimes personalities just don't mesh. Sometimes, opposites may or may not attract. It's just just depend on what you like and what you love. The thing is, these kids is having kids with people because of how they look. Like, yes, you want to have a cute baby. I get it. But having a kid is more than looks. Having a kid is also about raising a human being. Like, this person is going to be an adult someday, and they're going to be having an impact in somebody else's life, and everything that they do will be a reflection of your parenting. So I feel that's important as well. What is it like being a single mom? All right, so let me tell y'all how I just found out that I was a single mom. Like, I knew that I was single, but I didn't know that I was a single mom. I thought single mom meant that you doing it alone. Feel me? It's just you and your baby. You don't got no help from your child's father. I never knew that the phrase single mom referred to you being single and your partner not being in the household type shit. So I'm a single mom, y'all, according to Google. But yeah, like, how is it? It's all right. Like, I make ends meet. I do what I gotta do for my child. Like, my son's father isn't very much involved in his life, and I'm grateful for that, because a lot of people can't say that. A lot of people can't say that they baby dad stepped up and did this, that, and the third. So I am appreciative of that. But it has its days when it's hard, because I do feel like parenting is meant for two people. Let's talk about it. Like, now when I look back on it, like, I see why God said, because I am a Christian, I believe in God and stuff like that. I see why God said, wait until marriage before you have a kid. Not to say that, because there are some single moms that's in marriages. Don't let that go over your head. It's a lot of people that's struggling in marriages to raise a child, because their partner may have a 1950 mindset where they feel as though they don't have to do nothing because they're providing for the child financially. So I do feel like there are people that are married in single mother relationships. However, I feel like parenthood is for two people, because it's gonna be days where mommy gonna be real tired, and mommy gonna need that extra help, and mommy gonna need to take a nap. But when you a single mom, it's like you don't really have that time to just lay down and just to relax. You always on go. You're not chilling out until your child is chilling out. Whereas if you was in a household with your partner, they supposed to pick up what you putting down. Like, they supposed to help you out where you not meeting and where ends is not meeting. You know what I'm trying to say? If you tired, that's when dad's supposed to step in and be like, oh, I got you. I'm gonna take over. I'm gonna handle it. And then vice versa. If dad's tired, mom's supposed to be like, all right, here I come. That's how I feel like it's supposed to be. So yes, that's one of the challenges that I feel like I do have, like, just having to run around. And I go to work. I work 2 jobs. I do hair, but I also work at the pharmacy and stuff like that. And I feel like they're both very high demand jobs. Like, so when I come home, like, sometimes I be so tired from work, and I'm like, damn, I gotta still put my mom hat on at the end of the day. We don't get no days off. When you a single mom, you don't get no days off. It's not no, oh, I get to pick and choose, when I want my kid. Like, no, you with your kid, period. And like, even if my son not with me, my son always on my mind. It's not a day or time that goes by where I'm not thinking about my kid. And in the beginning, it was rough. I did break down a lot, and I did have a lot of moments because I wasn't used to my son being away from me. I wasn't used to sharing him. And that was something I had to adjust to, really just sharing my baby. Like, it was really hard in the beginning, and it took a lot of adjusting. Like, I couldn't go to sleep without him. I'm used to sleeping next to my baby every night. We sleep face to face, nose to nose. So that was really difficult. It was something I had to adjust to. So I do feel like it is hard and stuff like that. And stuff, I feel like, you need that extra person. Like, there's a lot of superhero moms that's doing it and don't have no choice. So really just shout out to them, for real. Shout out to all the moms out there that's making it happen with or without a man. And kudos to you, for real, because it really is hard, honestly. And I'm gonna just say that and I have help, and it's still difficult. So, like I said, it just took a lot of adjusting, and but I am appreciative of my little breaks, because when I don't have my son, it give me time to be Naya. It give me time to really just focus on myself as well. Not only am I a mom, but I'm Naya too. I can do stuff that I like to do, like YouTube. And, you know, hair. I do hair. Like I said, I like to beat my face every now and then. I could clean up. I could restart for the week, wash clothes. Like, so there is some, I don't want to say benefits, but like, you know, pros of being a single mom as well. You can get some stuff done sometimes, and you have that time to just regroup. So I am appreciative of that, and I am appreciative of the support that I get from my son's dad. So, all right, so the next thing that I want to talk about is, do villages exist anymore? So y'all ever heard that saying where they say it takes a village to raise a child? Do villages exist anymore? So when I say that, I remember like my mom, my grandma tell me stories about how like you'll go to school and the teacher could pop you, and the neighbors could pop you, and that was a thing. Like, you discipline other people's kids. If you see them doing something wrong, then you discipline them. That's just how it was. And like everybody was here for everybody. Like, you need some sugar, they give you sugar. You need some eggs, they bring you eggs. Your child need to ride to school. Like, that's just how it was. But like, I was having a conversation with one of my close friends, and we was talking about it, like, do villages really exist anymore? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, if y'all having a kid and you feel like your foundation, or you feel like your support system is like okay to mediocre, or it's all right, I would consider that as well when you decide to have a child. Because a lot of times you're gonna have people coming out the woodworks when they find out you're pregnant. Well, it's gonna be, oh my God, congratulations, I'm so happy for you, you know, auntie this, niece this, nephew that. If you know, drop something down in the comments. But it's gonna be all of that, and then your baby gonna get here. We can get to that point. Everybody gonna come to gender reveal. Cool. Everybody gonna come to the baby shower. You gonna have that baby. First birthday, people gonna start dropping like flies. Before the first birthday, you gonna have some late nights, and for me, it's gonna be days where it's just you and your child's father just, you know, rocking out for real. And you may be lucky, and you might have a mom or a dad that step up and really do what they're supposed to do as a grandparent. But a lot of times, like, if you got friends that shit age and stuff like that, like, not to say they should take over, because in the day, that's your kid. When you decide to have a child, that's your kid. You know, you shouldn't expect anything out of anybody. And that's one thing I had to learn. Stop expecting stuff from people. Stop holding people to stuff. If people do it, they do it. Thank you. If they don't, they don't. Don't let it rock and rule your world. Like, you know, make sure your child is straight regardless of what this person do or what this person don't do. It don't matter. It shouldn't matter. You know what I'm trying to say? So I feel like that's major. Like, don't base having the kid off what everybody say they're gonna do for you. Take people's words with a grain, what's that saying? Take people's words with a grain of salt. Take people's words with a, I forget that saying, but it's just basically to say, like, let people show you before they tell you, because you're going to be having 1,000,000 kids, you feel me, listening to the next person telling you about what they going to do for you. Bitches not going to buy diapers. They're not going to buy wipes. They're not going to barely even call you to see if you need any help, if you need to take a shower, if you need to eat. Like, y'all don't want me to get into this topic because it really do hit home. It's a lot of people that I thought was going to step up that didn't step up to the plate. But it's a lot of people that I didn't think would step up that did step up to the plate. So the main thing from this is just really just to count your blessings, really just to appreciate who's there and who do for your child. Don't worry about who don't do for them. Make sure that as a parent that your job is to make sure your child is straight at all points in time. So at the end of the day, my son is Tony the Tiger Great. So they're great. I feel like it's too, you need to find a person that has a like-minded mindset as you. Y'all want to parent the same way. I also feel like this is a big thing I hear. Like, I always see people on the internet, like, do y'all care if a person's family like y'all or not? I feel like that's major. Like, you don't think about it, but if you're having a kid with somebody, them family members gonna have to be at the birthday parties, the baby shower, the gender reveal, whatever other event you're doing, you're gonna have to look at those people. So I feel like it's important to make sure that you not only pick your child's father for just, you know, y'all relationship, but also more than that, you know, because when you marry into a family, when you have a kid into a family, that's your kid family as well. You still have to deal with them to a certain extent. So my advice really is just to you know, read in between the lines. Like, don't just take what people say for who they are. People will show you how they feel about you and show you who they are before they'll tell you. And this is not to kick nobody back in. It's just really just is real life. This is stuff that I learned and picked up. People will not always tell. You have to pay attention. You got to look into the signs. And sometimes personalities just don't mesh. Sometimes, you know, opposites may or may not attract. It's just depend on what you like and what you love, you know. So I feel like if you're gonna have a kid with somebody, just make sure that you really just look into it. And another thing is, these kids is having kids with people because of how they look. Like, yes, you want to have a cute baby, I get it, but having a kid is more than looks. Having a kid is also about, you know, raising a human being. Like, this person is going to be an adult someday, and they're going to be having an impact in somebody else's life, and everything that they do will be a reflection of your parenting. So I feel that's important as well. So yeah, like I honestly feel like people would rather have a kid with somebody before they marry them. Not even before, but think about it. When you have a kid with somebody, that's forever. You know what I'm trying to say? That person needs to be in your life for the rest of your life. Not just until they turn 18, not just until they turn 21. They gonna get married. They gonna have kids. Y'all need to be around. When you get married to somebody, if shit don't work out, you can get a divorce at any point in time. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, not to say you get married to have a divorce, but you know, that's real life. Like, I feel like people would just be more so ready to have a kid with somebody than they are to get married. And it's just like, why is that? Like, why are we like that? You know? Another thing I feel like is you need to find a person that has a like-minded mindset as you. Y'all want to parent the same way. I also feel like this is a big thing I hear. Like, I always see people on the internet, like, do y'all care if a person's family like y'all or not? I feel like that's major. Like, you don't think about it, but if you having a kid with somebody, them family members gonna have to be at the birthday parties, the baby shower, the gender reveal, whatever other event you're doing, you're going to have to look at those people. So I feel like it's important to make sure that you not only pick your child's father for just, you know, y'all relationship, but also more than that, you know, because when you marry into a family, when you have a kid into a family, that's your kid family as well. You still have to deal with them to a certain extent. So, my advice really is just to you know, read in between the lines. Like, don't just take what people say for who they are. People will show you how they feel about you and show you who they are before they'll tell you. And this is not to kick nobody back in. It's just really just as real life. This is stuff that I learned and picked up. People will not always tell. You have to pay attention. You got to look into the signs. And sometimes personalities just don't mesh. Sometimes, you know, opposites may or may not attract. It's just depend on what you like and what you love, you know. So I feel like if you're gonna have a kid with somebody, just make sure that you really just look into it. And another thing is, these kids is having kids with people because of how they look. Like, yes, you want to have a cute baby, I get it, but having a kid is more than looks. Having a kid is also about, you know, raising a human being. Like, this person is going to be an adult someday, and they're going to be having an impact in somebody else's life, and everything that they do will be a reflection of your parenting. So I feel that's important as well. So yeah, like, so I just wanted to give y'all like a little backstory on how I found out I was pregnant. So all right, so if I remember correctly, I think I was 19. So I had like, I guess I was a teen mom kind of, because I found out when I was 19. But I remember that my period was like 3 days late. So my period come like clockwork. Sis is here every month, every 28 days. Sis is here. Flo is here. She's here. Like, it's never no time where my period really don't come for real. Like, it may be late because of stress or like very, very rarely. But still, I wasn't like really paying no attention to. I wasn't really like thinking about it. I'm just like, all right, like, sis is coming. Like, when doesn't she come? When doesn't she come through for me? So I remember I was talking to my son's dad, and I'm telling him, like, you know, my period late, so he telling me off the rip, like, but you pregnant. Like, I'm like, nah, like, not me. Like, now if you know, drop this down below. Like, y'all ever thought y'all couldn't get pregnant? Like, not saying you was trying, but like, God just had you all them times.
God just had your back all them times. God just had your back all them times.
If you know, you know. So he's telling me, if a guy tell you that you're pregnant, please believe him. I'm gonna say it again. If a guy tell you that you're pregnant, please believe him. Okay? Because that means he sat you down. That means your summer over. That means pack up your city girl lifestyle. That means he about to sit you down for 9 months. Okay? Because it's over for you. That's it. So, like I said, I remember it was my grandma's birthday, and she was having a 70th birthday party. And I had to go to the store to get my grandma a card. So I'm going to CVS, whatever. So I'm like, let me just get a test while I'm here. Like, whatever. So I get the test, whatever. I go home. So my son dad had just left. We wasn't living together at the time. He had just left the house, and he like, just take it in the morning or whatever the case may be. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna take it. Now, if you know, you know. If you got a pregnancy test, you got to take it right then and there. Your nerves is not going to allow you to have the keys in your hand and not know what's going on with your body. Like, so I had the keys. I had the keys in my hand. I needed to know what was going on. Like, but in the back of my mind, I'm still telling myself that I'm good. Like, in my mind, there's no way that I'm pregnant. Like, you cannot tell me that I'm pregnant. Like, pregnant? Me? Sit me down? Kid? Mamiana? Those words wasn't going with I. So, anyway, I made my sister come in the bathroom with me. My sister my right hand. Like, that's really my sis for real. Like, that's really my dog. I tell my sister everything. My sister 2 years younger than me. And she's so mature. And she a mom too now. But I tell her everything. So I made her come in the bathroom with me. I'm like, sis, I'm about to find out if I'm pregnant. So she like, sis, like, all right. So I'm like, look, tell me what it say, but don't play around. Like, this is not a time to play around. Do not play around. So I'm like, she like, well, what is it going to say? So I'm like, either they're going to say, it's going to have 1 line or 2 lines. I didn't really know what type of test it was. I feel like I was like nervous looking back on it. Because, you know, they have like digital tests. They have the ones with the 2 lines, the 1 line, the not pregnant. So I'm like, it's going to say, it's either going to have 1 line or 2 lines. So she like, all right, bet. So I pee in a cup, dip it in there, turn the test around. So I'm waiting. The timer go off. I'm like, all right, boom, check for me. Like, let me know what it say. Child, she looked at that test. She said, sis, it say that word. I said, what word? What word do it say? What word is it saying? Girl, she was like, it say pregnant. I'm like, sis, I told you don't be playing with me. This not a time to play around. She like, nah, sis, look. She shows me. Bro, I was just in disbelief. Like, bro, I was just looking at the test like I didn't have no emotion. I'm just like, yo, nah. Girl, I get in my car. Pull right up to my baby dad's house. Come outside. Right now. The time is now. Come outside. I got the test on my lap. As soon as he get in the car, I put the test in his hand. He look at me. I look at him. Bitch, you looking at me. I'm looking at you. Like, we wasn't doing what we was doing. So, child, I think we both started crying. I want to say we both started crying at that point. So, to make a long story short, I had to tell people, I hid my pregnancy for a really long time. Like, I'm really big on protecting my peace. I'm big on, feel me, the people that's supposed to know going to know. I'm big on all of that. I had some friends and family mad because I didn't tell them. I didn't let them know. First of all, I didn't even tell my mom until late. I didn't tell my grandma until late. I didn't tell my close people late. Like, I just was really enjoying just having that piece of information by myself. So, like, I remember, like, really feeling scared. But, like, I never considered abortion. And, like, not knocking nobody that have had that. I feel like I'm big on doing what's best for you. I'm not big on nothing else but doing what's best for you. Because at the end of the day, people will tell you to keep your baby, and they're not gonna be there to help you with the baby. And then also, on the other hand, people will tell you not to keep your baby, and they're not gonna be there when you grieving and when you really going through the stress of not keeping your baby, because that's not something that you really wanted to do. So I'm really, really big on doing what's best for you at the end of the day. So, like, for me personally, I never considered abortion. Like, I was in a happy relationship. I felt as though we was gonna be good parents and we was gonna figure it out, and that's what we did. We figured it out. But, like, I do feel like, you know, I tell all the young girls, I tell my friends that don't have kids, I tell them quick. Some of them older than me, some of them younger than me. I tell them, like, don't be in a rush to have a kid. It's not no rush for real. Like, life is not going nowhere. Believe it or not, we look on the media of everyday life, and we really just be caught up in the media and what they got going on. They doing this, they doing that. They got houses, cars, marriage, kids. Your journey is your journey. And I want people to remember that. Your journey is your journey. You're not living for nobody else but you. You the person that you gotta, you know, look at the end of the day. Like, when it's all said and done, your name is on your life. That's it. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you're not living for nobody else. And if you're living for somebody else, you're not living right. So, get that together. Like, I really just want this YouTube platform to just be an open space for my subscribers, my supporters, my hearts. I'm gonna call y'all my hearts. I just want y'all to be able to talk to me about anything. I want to be able to talk to y'all and just be real and genuine. Like, so I hope this video will help y'all get a little idea of who I am and what I got going on. If you have any ideas or any, you know, videos that you want to see from me in the future, just let me know. But I did do my makeup by myself and my hair installed by me. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. But until next time.